The Healthy Community part of our show is about our Health and Human Services Department, which makes sense.
And there is a whole lot more to that department than a lot of us realize.
It is one of our largest county departments.
And they do an incredible job of helping a lot of amazing people.
We hope you learned something new now in our Healthy Community story.
Jackson County Health and Human Services recently received National Public Health Accreditation, an accomplishment that's hard to achieve. They worked hard to become accredited to ensure the highest commitment to all of us in Jackson County.
State, tribal, local, and territorial health departments are where the rubber hits the road in public health. That's why, on behalf of CDC, I'm honored to congratulate your health department on achieving national accreditation by the Public Health Accreditation Board.
We're going to be celebrating today the fact that your Jackson County Health Department is publicly accredited now, and that is a really, really big deal. And the individuals that I have with us are the people that kind of led the team and took a lot of work and energy. So we're excited for you to learn about this process, mostly the value that it is to you as a citizen of Jackson County.
So what I'm going to do now is Debbie, I'm going to start with you, and basically I want you to just kind of tell me your role in the process, and then we'll just go kind of around the table and just kind of talk about each one of your roles that you played in this process.
Okay. We were each assigned domains, so we all found materials or people submitted materials to us for the domains that we were assigned. And we needed to make sure that they were complete, or if we had any suggestions, then we would send them back. So there was some communication. And for WIC itself, it was a little frustrating because the direct services in WIC and also in the clinic that we have, they wouldn't use any of those things. So I was able to submit some information that we partner with the Oregon State WIC program. They have a researcher there, and she does research, gathers info from us sometimes, so I was able to submit that kind of information too, so that was good.
Help everybody out. What's a domain?
A domain is a group of standards, so for example, Debbie was in domain 7, which covers access to care. So that's then we had several things we had to show under providing access to care. And Debbie was actually a wonderful document checker. She was very thorough at making sure that our documents really met the standards that were in the standards and measures.
And what outside of sounding like you were the coach.
That's right.
She was the project manager.
Yeah. She was the project manager.
She was the workhorse.
Yeah. So as accreditation coordinator, I project managed the whole thing. So set timelines, made sure that we were going to meet our deadlines, that we had pieces of documentation for each of these standards, measures, required documentation, and then also kind of manage the process of developing things that we didn't have, such as our performance management and quality improvement program. Our programs were doing that kind of work kind of within silos, within their own programs, but we didn't have a division-wide program, so I kind of managed the process of building that from the ground up.
How about you, Dottie?
So very similar to Debbie, my part of the process was I had domains that I was responsible for as well. And since I do have the health promotion programs and preparedness, I had a lot of documentation that I submitted to other domains. I was also part of the strategic plan as well and developing that. And then with the performance management and quality improvement, a lot of participation in that process as well.
And I also had a couple of domains to work on that related to various topics. Again, Andrea did most of the work in the project management. We all worked as a team. I was basically there making, if there was some type of impasse or decision that needed to be made, I was involved in that kind of from the beginning of this through the end, just providing those decision making as needed and just helping out with the team as a whole. But it was really the team and the staff who actually have done the work that we could kind of find the documentation on that were the folks that did the work.
As for me, I mean, it was very similar. We all shared in domain responsibility. My domains really applied to laws and compliance, and being the environmental health program manager, what we do out there every day in environmental health really applies to, enforcing the laws, making sure people are compliant. So a lot of these, the documentation that we needed was directly related to, our day-to-day inspecting process and upholding the laws of health. So.
Well, I think I started with some domains, but I think more importantly, I helped brainstorm a lot of the potential that we have in the different disciplines for what might be an example of something that they were trying to have us demonstrate in the standards or measures. And it was really remarkable how every part of public health got to be showcased at some time or another. While direct care didn't get to be as focused as we wanted, we still were able to provide valuable information to the team effort that got us accredited.
It's because you go through a process, and you guys all talk about having domains and documentation, things like that, and that was actually the physical activity that kind of created it. But I'm kind of hearing something else really came out of this pretty special as far as an organization. I know that the building we're sitting in now was a concept of really creating better care for the citizens of Jackson County, and really being more collaborative and more involved with each other. And so in the end, although we got this wonderful accreditation that we're all very, very proud of, really the winner was our community and the citizens that we care for. And so I think that a pretty amazing effort, and although to you, because you got to do the work, it was pieces of paper and documentation and proof and all that sort of stuff. I give you great, great props for taking the opportunity to use it as a self-improvement exercise as well, which just sounds like some amazing things have happened since then.
Really has.
And that's really part of accreditation. I mean, performance management and quality improvement, it's central to accreditation. So we still have a lot of work to do as a whole. I mean, we've met national standards, but we still have areas to improve upon. We're going to continue doing that. So that's the other piece of accreditation, is it really holds our feet to the fire in terms of making sure that to get reaccredited, that we're doing these things and that we're still meeting these national standards. So it's not just a one-time done, it's a continual quality improvement process.
It really pointed out our strengths and weaknesses as a health department, and and now we're able to take that information and really go forward and really benefit as a public health department, but also benefit the Jackson County citizens.
Because public health in general is going to be changing. The modernization of public health is an effort going forward, and meeting these standards prove that we have the wherewithal to meet those new challenges that are coming. Okay.
Part of the process of this, just want to give some thanks to, is our Public Health Advisory Board, because this ran through our Public Health Advisory Board, got their support and approval to go to the Board of Commissioners, who they're our Board of Health. And so the Board of Health was also supportive in this process. So I think it's important to everyone to know that we have the support of Public Health Advisory Board and Board of Commissioners that, again, are supportive of public health and this accreditation effort.
So who makes up that Public Health Advisory Group?
We have a list of, I believe there are 11 people on it. There are physicians, medical providers, members of the community that are knowledgeable about public health matters. Yeah, but it's one of the county's public committees subject to public record law, and it's online in terms of the membership of that.
So using citizens that have expertise.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at it kind of from the outside.
That's a better answer.
No, that's great. On behalf of Jackson County Close-Up and your community, I want to thank you all for your hard work and your diligence and the work that you will do in the future. What a great process. What a great value to you as a citizen. So thank you for spending the time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.